What's up, peeps?
Hey.
Welcome back to another Takeover Tuesday. It is the Queen's Takeover podcast, your favorite Tuesday guilty pleasure. We know y'all be watching. Some of y'all be watching on the cool, don't never say nothing.
All good?
Y'all just be watching though, and it's all good. If you have not done so, please let somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that married somebody that knew somebody that lived next to somebody, let them know that we are on. Share this to your pages, and we want to welcome you to the show. Queens, how y'all doing tonight?
We all right. We're in the thing. How you
We in
doing?
this.
How you
I'm
doing?
praying. I'm good. I need a little extra energy, and I feel like God is giving it to me right now. Right now, here
Amen.
it is. Right now, Coley Cole, how was your week? My brother says, Shalom. Hey, big brother.
Hello.
Love you, love you, love you. Be safe if you are driving. His birthday is on, is it Friday? His birthday is on Friday. So happy birthday, big brother. I'm going to
Happy
sing to you,
birthday.
but I'll pop it over the phone. And then King William says, hey.
Hey.
Coley Cole, how was your week? And do you have a struggle that
Oh,
you would like to share for the week?
my week was good. First of all, I want to wish my best friend, my queen, my Lois Lane. Okay, so back in the day they didn't do a good job of bookkeeping, so we celebrate her birthday twice. So we did last year. We did this year we did January 7th. So today is another birthday for us, February 7th. So we cooked on the grill. I cooked on the grill, and of course, why not make it extra special? The kids sung happy birthday to her. So again, grandma, happy birthday. But yeah, it was good I had a good week. I really can't complain. Um, my struggle bus, hey, dealing with AT&T. Trying to keep that
When
composure
the
so I
phone
don't spend a lot of
company is
money.
tricky.
But other than that, I mean, I had a good week. I really did.
That is so good. Uh-oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? All
Hey,
righty. Blessings
James.
to you too, James. Love you.
Hey, James.
Hey, Miss
Hey,
Martha.
Miss
Miss Martha is so
Martha.
good. She is so good for our self-esteem. I kid you not. She's a good. Hey,
Hey,
Queen.
brother.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, brother.
Queen C, what about you?
This week was all right. I don't know if it's monumental. Is this a monumental episode? I think it is. It's episode 25, y'all.
It is. It's very monumental.
Ah!
55. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Okay. Do y'all remember when it was just the concept 2 months before we actually put it in production?
Yeah. Yeah. It
Do
was a
y'all remember
struggle,
how
wasn't it? That
say
was
it
a
again?
struggle bus for everybody. You hear me?
Man,
Oh Lord, we had to
man, they
break
don't
people
even
down.
know. They don't even know. It
They don't
was.
even know.
It
So they were
was. Yes, won't he?
what we
Won't he
do?
do it? Yes, he did. And you know what?
Oh,
25 episodes later.
yeah,
Wow. I'm
we still
proud
in that
of us.
thing.
I'm
We
proud
still
of us,
committed to
Queen.
the mission.
That
Mm-hmm.
part. That
Hallelujah.
part.
Uh,
I'm so proud of us.
I am. We stick in this
Thank you,
thing.
Brandon.
My struggle bus. I do a have one. Hey.
That's a blessing. If you have it, that's a blessing.
I think
Listen.
I'm gonna say friendships to continue, discontinue, how to continue, the question mark.
Mm,
That's my struggle
mm,
bus.
mhm.
Integrate, don't integrate, how to integrate, how to show love,
Yeah.
different levels of
Mhm,
it's a struggle as an adult. Children involved, amen.
mhm.
No children involved, amen. Husbands involved, amen. It's
And
just
all the variations thereof.
different cities, amen. It's just a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, that's my struggle bus.
So what you doing about it?
Praying hard. I'm praying hard.
Yeah.
I'm addressing some things, not addressing some things just yet. Allowing God to guide me on how to handle these situations. Amen. But yeah, doing everything in love.
Amen.
Amen. So that was my struggle.
Amen.
That was my struggle. What about you, nigga? How
Well,
you
first
doing
of all,
today?
thank you for reminding us that we are at 25 episodes. Y'all, we're gonna soon be able to say we're at our 100th episode. We got to do that big. Maybe we need to do that one in person together.
That would be awesome.
Would
That
y'all
would be
like that?
lit. That
Oh,
would be
that's gonna
lit.
be that would. You know what? I'm gonna take 3 naps after that episode because I know we're gonna be clowning, but we should do that for our 100th episode.
Yeah.
I am feeling great today, but ladies, as y'all know, I was tired when I jumped on here
Mhm.
for us earlier, but I feel my second win coming. I think you just reminding us it was episode did something for me, so thank you for that. Struggle. I won't say that I've had one, but I will say I've had to really be intentional and work extra hard at patience and at patience with things that have not happened quickly, right? But they're happening surely, just not quickly. Hi, mommy. Hi, mommy. Mwah. So she texted me earlier today. Y'all gonna be on? The president gonna be talking. Yeah, we gonna be on. We'll catch him. We'll watch the replay. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. We have a good show, ladies. Do we not?
We
We got
do.
a good show. I think they're
I'm
gonna trip
ready.
on our first topic.
Woo!
They gonna trip on. If y'all saw the title, I can't. I don't know why I don't want to pull up. If y'all saw the title of today, we're not. That's not the whole entire show, but the title of today's show is "You can learn a lot from a gold digger." You can learn a whole lot from a gold digger. You really can, and from a pimp. And we're gonna talk about two or three things you can learn from a gold digger and a pimp. What say you see? What can you learn from a
You
gold
have me
digger
on
and a pimp? Hey, Big
resourceful,
Sissy. Huh?
resourceful, resourceful, persistent. I had one more. What was it? Oh man, I forgot. Loyalty,
Let's just say what. Well,
persistent.
we at least know the gold digger loyal. Well, that pimp can be loyal too, though. True that.
Because he wants you to, cross the bridge.
True that.
But he wants you to work. It is what it is. It's a part of the nature of the jobs. That's my three.
You
Persistent.
got to give us. You got to give us the loyalty and the persistence. Why? Why are they loyal and persistent?
Persistence. They got a goal to make, and they're gonna make sure they hit that goal. Both parties involved. And then loyalty, because they make them loyal.
She said they
That's
make
all
them
I'm
loyal.
gonna say. They make
These
them
folks
loyal.
ain't loyal.
No, them be loyal. Them be loyal. Yeah.
Isn't
Them
that,
be
isn't
loyal.
that what Pastor Jamal Bryant said? What you learning from a
Yeah,
gold digger?
yeah. What you learning from God? Thank you, William. Put it on there. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's what I got. That's those three. And persistence, gotta be persistent. You gotta keep it going. You're gonna make sure they're gonna keep you going. Both ways. I need my money. Both of them is I need my money. So they're gonna make sure they get their money by any means necessary.
Run me my money.
And they're
What
resourceful. They
you got?
use anything to get their money. It's sad, but it's the truth. Yep.
What you got, Cole?
What was my Lord? I forgot. Uh, mine just went blank.
Oh
Um,
no! Come back, come back.
um, they what's it? I can't even get the word out, but they come they're a mastermind. They know the plan. They know how to play their position.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did say I was saying loyal.
Uh-huh.
Um, what was the other Jack? The main one I can't even think about what it was. Oh, love, mine just went completely blank. Um, but the reason why I say role play, because like C said, they do whatever they play whatever position they need to be played and fulfilled to get the money.
Mhm.
Um, they're loyal. They're loyal about the money.
Loyal.
they. I mean, if it's the new wardrobe or whatever,
I'll make it
they
happen.
gonna play their parts. They're gonna play
Make it
that
happen.
loyalty
Mhm.
role. What was the
Mhm.
other one? Oh my god, I was so ready for that question.
Loyal.
William is saying loyal.
Yeah.
They are loyal. When I say they loyal, they're loyal to their role. They
Exactly.
know it ain't gonna be no more, no less than what it
Mhm.
is. You
Mhm.
not just until you're not gonna find a gold digger that's gonna turn around and say, "Hey, I'm gonna choose
Right.
a relationship over money,"
Right.
unless they tired of playing the role. So
Right.
yeah, they're gonna be loyal to
Right.
their position.
Exactly.
You can wine and dine them and treat them romantically, and they gonna be loyal to be a gold
Uh-huh.
digger. And I
Uh-huh.
don't want nothing but my money.
And that's on period.
Um, um, they strategize very well. Like they know who to go for.
Mhm. Mhm.
They know the weak ones. They know the strong ones. They know the way to play. The way to get to the money.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
said. They they love to be financially secure. They know how to
Which
budget
I am not
themselves.
mad at.
They will they will budget themselves. They will budget themselves to know, hey, I need to spend $100 and make it look like
Uh-huh.
I want you.
Uh-huh.
And then once I get you, I'm gonna earn my 100 plus more back.
And that's on period. And that's on period. And that's on period.
What's up, Apostle Bill? How are you,
Oh, look,
beautiful?
the
Been a minute.
apostle.
She say amen on
Amen.
that. Y'all,
Amen.
look who is in the building. What's going on, DJ
Yes. What's up,
Smooth?
buddy?
Wait, Mr. Smooth is in the building.
Oh,
Hey,
dude.
how are you?
What's
Ladies, be
up?
careful because
Hey,
Doug gonna let
Smooth.
you know he's
Doug
single.
gonna tell y'all he is single. Don't play with it. Okay, so here go my lessons from a gold digger. They know what they want and they do not settle for less. Say what you will. If they are all about name brands, they are not selling for anything less.
And
They're
that's it.
going to get it. So for me, that says they know what they want and they don't settle for it. Say what you want. Hey, I'm so glad you are doing great, my darling. He says, that's right. I am single. We know. We know that. We know that.
Doug, we
Second thing
missed
is,
you.
and I keep telling him that he like, I'm so sorry I haven't been on y'all. Gold
We
diggers have
missed you,
very high
Doug.
standards. And a gold digger can teach you how to raise your standards. Be as it may, they might be high standard off somebody else's money, but they do have high standards. And for me, it make you look at your life and be like, are you settling for less than, right?
Right?
They believe that their appearance is very important to the success of what they want. Find me a gold digger that don't dress nice. I don't care that it got brands on it. That part I don't never care about brands, but they will dress nice. And I totally believe that they believe the way that they dress has everything to do with what they're trying to get, their
Mm-hmm.
mission at hand, and who they're trying to catch. You understand what I'm saying? You are so
Mm-hmm.
welcome, darling. The other lesson is they set goals that are high and are intentional about achieving those goals every single day, even if that goal is to get your money. They set goals daily. Why Nikki ain't setting goals? If a gold digger can set a goal, why
I
Nikki
can't
ain't setting her
tell.
goal?
Come
Boom,
on, come
boom.
on, come on, come
Oh,
on.
diggity boom. Lessons from a pimp. Y'all, if there is no other thing you can learn from a pimp is consistent. That
Honey,
sucker gonna consistently want his money. He gonna make sure you consistently out there on the streets getting it. Uh, he keep his eye on his prize. Mind you, we doing this as a joke, but we part way serious. And of course, we are not glorifying pimps and gold diggers,
no, we're
but it's
not.
lessons to be learned and everything.
Yes.
Listen, they are very consistent with making sure that they get theirs.
Yeah,
by somebody else's label, but they very consistent about it.
and that's so serious.
The last thing I would say about a pimp, by any means necessary, do he go get it? So, hey, my baby sister said, hey, booze. Hello, darling. Love you, love you. So those are my lessons from a pimp and a gold digger. And we would love to hear what y'all are saying down in the chat. If there is any lesson you can take from a gold digger or a pimp, what would that be? My brother said, Iceberg Slim, pimp. Oh,
Yeah, he
pimp
say
show be
that.
dressing nice. They dress
They
tacky,
do.
but
They do.
you can't tell him it ain't nice. Get
Okay.
this one, see?
My mommy says, I think they are confident in themselves that their specialized talents are so valuable they will never fails, it never fails them in seeking their goals. They have the assurance that their sources, customers, will repeatedly return, so they can always keep dipping from the well.
If you're
Yes,
from the
Mama.
well,
Thank you so much.
that part. DJ Smooth say pimping ain't easy. It ain't.
It ain't.
It
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 ain't.
ain't.
ain't
It
easy.
ain't. It ain't fun. It ain't easy.
Your mama made like a really good point. They are
She did.
confident.
They
Like
are.
you gotta be some type of confident to go
Yeah.
after somebody's money and
Yeah.
wealth and know you're gonna get it. So okay, I can't say no names, but I know somebody that every day when they got up, they would say what they wanted for the day. And they knew which sugar daddy to call to get it from. If you listen to them talking to the sugar daddy, it wasn't no hesitation. It wasn't, I don't know if you can or if you got enough. It's like, listen, I'm gonna need that new Louis. Can I get it by 3 o'clock today? They were gonna have it by 3 o'clock that day. If they wanted that black card, they were gonna have that black card. I want to take me and my girls out to so and so for the weekend. They were gonna get it. So it's the confidence for me. It's to know what I won't go ask for and go get it for me. They pump themselves up. If no one else is their boost, them all the way up, especially a pimp.
Oh.
You can't
Mhm.
tell a pimp he ain't pimping. You can't tell a pimp he ain't smoother than ice. You can't tell a pimp that he ain't everything. Tacky as he want to
No.
be, but you can't tell him that he not. You
Mm-mm.
really can't.
No. Mm-mm. Not at all.
So technically, I got a question.
Oh.
If let's just say it's dudes that trying to talk to this one girl or this one woman, and she okay, so you know how some men, I'm not gonna say all, some men go after a woman for just her body or for sex or whatever, and because she knows that, but she turns around and flip it on him and be like, "Well, all I want is your money." Does that make her a gold digger?
That's a good question, Cole. Honestly, I think that's that two can play that game at its finest.
Basically.
I think it's two can play that game at its
Yeah.
finest. He playing her for what he want.
Yeah.
She playing him for what she want. I think it's two can
Yeah.
play that game at its finest. Honestly,
Agreed.
that's my answer. Cole, I love
Agreed.
the way your necklace keep on blinging.
Okay, it's
You,
shiny.
you make me want to have a necklace. You make me
Okay,
want to
it's
have me
shiny.
a herringbone because that booger is
Yo,
blinging.
do you not know how many times I get offered about this hair airbone?
Don't hide the shine, baby. Let that sucker bling.
Yeah.
But that's
What's
like a
your answer to
blink.
her question, Steve?
Same. I agree with you. Same thing you said. Ditto. Easy peasy. Mm-hmm.
What about you, Nicole? Do you think
I don't think
it's
so
gold
because
digging?
I've been in that predicament. I've
I
had
knew this
like
was about you. I knew
I
this was about
know.
you.
no, 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 no. I
That's
was
why I
just
was like, I ain't gonna
asking.
say nothing because I know she gonna go off. I ain't gonna say nothing. Go off.
No, because I've been in this predicament and it's like you try to talk to guys or whatever, and then they be wanting they play this cat and mouse game. So
Mm-hmm.
I used to try to run as much as possible, but if I knew like I wasn't gonna entertain that area with you, why not? Why not get what I can get? Why you? Cause me, I just try to be I just tell them to be totally honest with me. I will respect you more if you tell me, look, Nicole, I just want your tail and that's it. I will respect you more. But they don't do that. They wasn't doing that. So that no, I like you and this and the third. And then the whole time I knew what it was. So I was like, okay, you want to wine and dine me? We're going to wine and dine it.
One and
And then
done.
when I feel like I can't run, either I'm tired of running because I just know I'm not going there with you, or you finally give up. And that's what I done got Michael Kors and jewelry, and hey, I got a car behind this.
Oh, okay.
So,
Pivot.
but yeah, and I never went there with him. But he was, oh, I love you. Just know you don't, buddy.
You just want
I know what it was.
you want this tape.
So,
Right.
but no, like I was wondering, is that would you consider that a gold digger?
Honestly, I know that's not okay. Long run, educated answer. That's not going to ever develop into a healthy relationship. Why play the game? Whatever, whatever. Okay, Nikki answer right now is two people playing that game.
Basically.
It's two people playing that game. I can't say she a gold digger and I can't say he out there trying to cat around because she know what he wants, so she know the
Right.
game he's playing, so
Mm-hmm.
she know what she want, and I mean he knows what game she playing. So at that point, you got two people playing each other. I mean, if you're gonna play each other, at least come out with something. But to me, that's a waste of my whole time. Like, why are we doing all these games? Quit all that. But I don't think that's a gold digger. What do y'all think in the chat? Nicole says if she know he don't want nothing but that ill nana, and
Mm-hmm.
she starts trying to play him for all the brands and the bags, is she technically or he technically a gold digger? So while y'all drop those answers because they already lighten it up, we gonna roll on to the next one. Okay, y'all. Can you really be prepared for marriage? Sarah asked this question a couple of weeks ago. We didn't get the chance to get to it. So here we are. Can you really be prepared for a marriage? It's on the table. Whoever want to take it.
I asked a
Don't
question
all y'all
because
talk at once.
I was going. I know you want to go to the comments or not before we go. You want to comments gold digger or using him or her for their money?
Oh, no, I'm just putting up their comments, baby. You can go
Oh, okay,
ahead.
okay, okay, okay. Go ahead. Okay. So I asked the question because as I am married, I'm like, if I would have got married sooner, would I been already ready? How did I know I was ready? Like, can you really prepare to stick it out? Um, from my
Mm-hmm.
standpoint, yes, but from a lot of people's standpoint, no, because just like they say, you never know when you're ready to have kids either. They come. You got
Mm-hmm.
to deal with it. But I think being married is a choice, and so you have to prepare for choices. That's a big choice, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I would say yes, you can, but can you really prepare fully? Because people are like I gotta, and this is just the adults. Well, oh, no. This is the 20-year-olds. Well, I don't think I'll get married till I'm 35 because that's when I have this together, that together. Especially men who want to make sure they are financially secure. They do not want to get married before they hit a certain age because they want to make sure they're financially secure. Well, what if you missed your bride
Mm-hmm.
when you was 27 and you talking about, nah, I ain't ready to be settled down because I'm trying to get these coins, but your bride was right there. You
Mm-hmm.
passed your bride like maybe
Mm-hmm.
3 years ago, and you still don't understand. Now you ready to get married, and ain't nobody out there want to mess with you because you float in the air with your big old head. It's one of those things for me. So it's
Yeah.
like, and so I have a lot of friends that men and women that are still single because they wanted to wait until they were either financially secure, healthier, skin, all kind of
Mm-hmm.
more
Mm-hmm.
confident, whatever the case may be. And they've missed
Mm-hmm.
good people along the way because they were not technically ready in their eyes to be married. So that's kind of where that question came from. I kind of went into it a little bit more than what it says, but I just want to give you my backstory of how I came up with that question. What y'all think?
I loved it. I loved your answer because I was waiting to hear how you were going to answer it. Having been married, were y'all 13 years now?
Mm-mm. Going on 11 years. Wait,
11?
yeah,
Am I
12,
adding it?
12,
Am
12,
I
12,
adding in y'all dating years?
12, 12,
Have I
12,
added y'all dating years into that 12? Okay, I
12,
wasn't that
12.
off. Okay.
Yeah,
He said he's learning daily that there's no way to know it all or to be fully prepared.
right.
What about you, Cole?
I don't think you can. I think people are, well, just some of my friends that's married. I think they were more prepared for the wedding than they were the
The
marriage.
marriage. Mm-hmm.
That part.
Because you get butterflies and happy and don't nothing else matter on the wedding day. And
Mhm.
then when you actually enter the wedding, I mean the marriage, it's like, whoa, wasn't
That wasn't
That's
true
expecting
for
this.
me.
facts.
I
That is
think
facts
just
sometimes.
talking to some married people about this question, I don't think so, because when you're single like me, I can say, oh, if that was me, I would handle this and that. Even I had even learned, like, I have a homegirl that's married, and we talk on a daily, and I'll be like, I don't know how you do that. You tell me how you do that. And that couldn't be me. This, and I had to take a seat back and say, that's not you. You're thinking about
Thank you.
how you would handle it, not as a team, not as you, like, you communicate with
Right.
yourself, so
That's
you
a
know, like,
mm-hmm.
oh, that ain't for me. Versus
Mm-hmm.
when you're a team and there's two of you, if you just only think about how you would handle it, your marriage is never gonna work.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think you can fully be prepared, because, like I said before, I have an aunt that's been married for years, and I used to say to them, "Oh, when I get married, I want my marriage like that." And she said, "But do you know what I had to go through for my marriage to
To
be
get
that way?"
here.
And then when I hear some of the
Mm.
backstories, I'd be like, "Whoa,
You
whoa!
went through all
I
that.
don't think I can handle that. I think I would have got gave him my walking papers." So yeah, I don't think you can truly be prepared for marriage. You just have to embrace the ride.
Mm-hmm.
You better drop this while you blinking about the neck area, girl.
Okay. All the way. All the way. All the way.
Apostle Bill said no because you don't know what to expect. You prepare as you grow in your marriage. We have 45, I mean 47, I'm sorry, years now. You better come through, Miss 47.
Congratulations.
You better come through. Y'all been married my whole entire life because I'll be 47 this year. You better do that thing. You better say
Wow.
that.
That's beautiful.
You want to hit this scene?
My brother said, I agree with Sierra Pleasant. You can't prepare for marriage, but you will never be actually prepared, just like anything else. You can read books, watch sermons, talk to senior married couples, etc. to prepare. That's that doesn't mean it will work out, but you are gathering information to prepare your mind and soul for what the marriage can be. Thank you, brother.
Brandon, you better throw mics across the
Yeah,
stage.
that's my brother.
You better throw them across the stage. So listen, so I've been thinking about that question since you first brought it up, right? What's
Mhm.
up, cousin? What's up, fam? Love you, love you, love you. And it's the word prepare for me. So can you really be prepared for marriage? I think you can prepare and I think you can safeguard. Will you be fully prepared? I don't think you can ever be fully prepared, right? Because that's like asking a parent of two people that's about to have a baby. Are you
Right.
prepared? You can be like, well, yeah, I got all the plugs. I unplugged,
Mhm.
got all the safe gates up.
Mhm.
I got
Mhm.
all the diapers. I got all
Mhm.
of this. I'm gonna breastfeed. I'm gonna have this natural birth. Birthing time come, you got to go get a C-section instead. You try to
Mhm.
breastfeed, the baby don't want to latch on.
Mhm.
You try diapers, the baby allergic to them. You got to go to cloth. Like it's so many unknowns that can happen. That if, and I think Nicole just said it perfectly, if you don't flow with the ebbs and flow that of what could be, you end up having these tumultuous marriages because the ideal was we're going to do it like this.
Right.
We're gonna have it whipped out like this. The
Right.
reality said, no, your mortgage gonna be higher than what you thought, so we ain't gonna be traveling as much. Sometimes you
Mhm.
get on my good nerves when you snore, but I still love you. It's like all these unknowns, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I think you can go to counseling. You can have all of the conversations that you need. You can discuss what your mission statement is as a couple. Those are your safeguards. Those are your getting readies, right? That's putting the safety plugs in the plug in your gates up. But
Mhm.
be prepared as a couple to love each other through ebbs and flows. And let's keep this communication going when it don't go the way that we planned. Can
Right.
we prepare? Yes. But I don't know, you can plan a
Really,
marriage. You
really.
can plan a
Right.
wedding
Because
Nicole
they.
was saying, but you
Mhm.
don't put so much in planning that wedding that you're not planning the marriage. So that's my
Right.
answer. Oh, wait, we got a flood of comments. Hold up. If
If
you
you
stop
stop
learning and listening to each other, boom, that's it. That's it. Somebody want
talk
to
about
hit this one?
it, husband. There are ways you can
If
get
y'all
prepared.
know, that's her man.
There are ways you can get prepared. You just got to make sure you cross your T's and dot your I's.
We got to
Right.
ride from cuz. And also
Yep.
you can be prepared. Wait a minute. And also you can be prepared. You just gotta talk. You have to talk, communicate, and make sure everything is set. Make sure everything is basically making sure the marriage is what you want. I got you. I got you. We got some more married people in the audience. I don't know, maybe y'all washing dishes so you can't stop and type, but we want to hear from y'all down in the chat. Single people, I want to know, how do you prepare yourself for the thought of marriage? Like, so you're not in a relationship, there's no significant person that you're thinking about doing life with.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you get your mindset or your heart ready for the concept of marriage? Or do you not want to get married, Nicole?
Me, I just work on myself. I can't. I have to. I'm learning that it's not just about me. So you know how they say you've been the only child for so long, and it's hard for you to share. Yeah, I'm in the middle of learning how to share. I
That
need
part.
like
That
I
part.
really I need to understand that everybody's not like me. And
Mm-hmm.
what I need in my life is I need somebody that's totally not like me.
You
Cause
don't need
I
a
like
male
me, I
Nicole.
love a challenge. So like my vulnerability, it needs to be challenged.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to hold hands or even chivalry. Like you opening the doors, I don't want to have to second guess it. So I can only work on myself because
I love that.
I can
Mm-hmm.
take everything that I want for. You have to excuse. I have a little baby in the room
Okay.
because my
We
grandma
go ahead, baby.
babysit.
You good. You good.
But I have to take. I used to say back then, if I could take something from every man that I've dated that was good and put it in one man,
Hmm.
I would have the perfect man. But does that mean I'm gonna be the perfect person for that man?
So that man. Mm-hmm.
So
Build a
now,
boo. Build a
yeah.
boo.
So
What a
now
bit.
I'm getting old. I'm older, and I'm saying I have to work on myself and
Yeah.
prepare myself for my significant other.
Yeah.
So what God put us together, can't nobody tear us apart.
You better.
And we're gonna
Better.
fit and we're gonna mesh. And I know, I prepare myself for the good days. I prepare myself for the bad days. But it's really not bad. I don't call it bad. I said it's challenging, and it'll be a reward at the end. So
She felt that in her shana now when you said that.
Oh,
It's about to be a run. It's about to be a takeoff. Go ahead.
so yeah,
That was good,
that's what
Cole.
I'm doing. I can only
That
work on
was good.
myself.
woo. Okay, I felt it.
That is good. You know what, Nicole? I love that you said that because there are days when um you know how when you've been single, you get used to when you want to go to bed. If you don't want to cook, you gonna make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, you eat some cornflakes. And I have to remind myself when I get into a marriage, those things change, right? It's those little things that I remind myself of, like when it comes to the thought of marriage. But you said something when you were responding to the question earlier, and you were like, your friend could make a decision as a single person, but when it's you and your husband, y'all have to make a decision. So coming together means being willing to not always get it the way that I want it, because how I want it may be right as Nikki Johnson by herself. But as Nikki, whatever my new last name is going to be, that may not be the right answer. And the arguments I think become between people when you trying to make somebody else understand that your right is right. And then when sometimes neither one is right or wrong, it's what is going to be best for the both of us. Where's the best? Where's the best,
Mm-hmm.
not the right? So those things I think about a lot. And then too, you have to think about the giving of your space, the giving of your personal time. Like when I'm here at my house and I'm tired, if I don't want to talk, who ain't nobody here to force me to talk. My little dog ain't making me talk, right? If I got a husband and he needs to talk to me, I can't be like, I'm by myself. Quit talking to me. You know what I mean?
I need
It's just
silent
those
time.
little
I need silent time.
now, you can say that. You can, of course,
You
you can, of course,
said,
ask for that me time. But I'm just
yeah.
saying, like the hours that you would have as a single person
Okay.
sitting in the house by
Yeah.
yourself, luxuriating
Yeah.
with you, you don't have that when you're
Yeah.
married. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's a bad thing that you can't do it, but that's me. I got to come out of me and be like, yes, baby, what's going on, what you need. So it's those little things that I think about while I'm single. So when that time does come, it's not such a culture shock, even though
Mhm.
I've been married before. It's
Mhm.
not just I'm so used to my space, everything you do gets on my nerve type thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Douglas says
Another
another
thing,
thing.
oh, go ahead.
Douglas says another thing is not so much about me. It is whatever God has for me, and whatever God has for me, I'm going to be prepared for. Amen.
That
Okay.
part.
This is a
This
great
is a great
conversation.
conversation. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. We try to be as honest and vulnerable as possible.
Yeah. I,
Um,
I was going to say something to the single people. Um, and I kind of said it in the beginning where I talked about um, you can try to be prepared, but you really are not fully prepared. Um, like my brother said,
mhm.
and like you said, you can't plan the marriage. You can have, opinions or goals in the marriage, but it things
Mhm.
change. And you have to be flexible with that. You have to
Mhm.
be able to compromise at the basis of things. I will say this, that people that are single, I feel that sometimes you get so stuck in your own way that you forget that there's other options. Like that, it just doesn't have to be this way all the time. Or for me to be married, it has to be this way with this type of
Yeah.
person, with this type of money
Right.
bracket, with this type of house, with like all those checkoffs are not as important as the connection that you have with another person. And I wanted to make sure I
Right.
said that because I think a lot of single people get caught up on the glitz and glam of social media. No matter how small it is or no matter how large it is, you get stuck on that and you think that's the goal. No, 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 no. The goal is how you all are able to work together as a couple to make a unity
Right.
that is beneficial for both of you all. And the commitment that you have to that person is so important to be able to fulfill the marriage for its longevity, not for divorce. If you think
Yes.
you're gonna get married and it's a divorce, you don't need to get married. Just don't do it because it's don't do it. No, just
That
don't.
part.
It's gonna be
That part.
exhausting for you and that person, and a waste of your time and their time. And so I just wanted to make sure I said that because a lot of single people ask, "Well, how you mean y'all?" Nah, man, this is work. Being married is work. You hear me? It is
Oh man.
work. It ain't easy. It's not.
Yeah.
But but the heart, that's what I'm saying, that heart connection that you have and the commitment that you have to that person that you truly love allows you to outlast the marriage. And so I just wanted to make sure I said that because I have a lot of friends, men and women, who are just stuck in their ways of how it should
Mhm.
be. And I'm like,
Mhm.
that you're gonna be single for a while then, buddy, because you just died. You're not trying to be flexible just a little bit on some
Yeah.
things that are not so stringent. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
that's all
You
I
know, I
have.
think on one of our recent shows, I'm so glad you said all that was so mic drop C. On one of the recent episodes we had, and it could have been the one we just did with William,
Mhm.
I was talking about I think now the way society is now, I can look at your marriage, I can look at a marriage of a couple I follow on social media, and
Mhm.
that ideally is how I want my marriage to go.
Right.
And my husband will have to struggle to live up to my ideals and my expectations because Sierra and William said this is how marriage goes.
Right.
Grandparents did it that way.
Right.
This is the role that they say a husband is supposed to play. And I don't mean the actual role
Roll.
that him and the wife should play. I'm not talking about that.
No.
It's my husband should bring me flowers. It's my
Uh-huh.
wife should have my meal. It's those gender role. I think matter of fact we talked about this last week. I
Yeah, we
got
did. We
yeah,
did.
I think it's those gender roles, those ideas that we come up with that create these expectations, but we don't sit down with the person that we are thinking about marrying and decide what do we want our marriage to look like? Because we may decide we don't want to buy a home. We want an apartment because he don't want to mow the grass.
Mm-mm.
I don't want a big old house I got to clean. So for us, it's perfect to have an apartment. But
Right.
you keep telling us we're not living the American dream. We're not living, the couple's dream. We got to go get a house. So we feel this pressure to go do what you're telling us we should do.
Right.
And we're both miserable because we got to work an extra 20, 30, 40 hours to pay for this stuff that we really don't want.
Right.
And then we never get to see each other because we got to work to pay for this stuff. So what is it that you want in your life? What is it that your potential spouse wants? And you build your marriage based on that.
Right.
Save yourself some unnecessary heartaches and argument and expectations because you're trying to live somebody else's ideal of
Right.
marriage. I would love to have Apostle Bill on. 47 years. You can't tell me y'all ain't sat down one time and been like, look, this how we gonna do it.
Right.
We gonna try it that way. Look, that was struggle bus. We're gonna do it this way so we can be happy. And I can look at you and not just love you, but like you.
Right.
Apostle Bill, if you are still on here, please drop in the chat. If I'm close to right, not far from it or something, let us know what are some of the secrets to what y'all decided to do to be together for 47 years. I think y'all need to drop some crowns in the comments just for that. Because my God, 47 years.
My God.
Man, look here.
It's a long time.
I think, do we do this one already?
Nope.
No, we did not do this one.
My mama
You want to
says,
hit? Oh, go ahead.
my mama says, bringing yourself, to marriage as wholesome as possible. Learn yourself and get rid of or minimize the baggage and or ideals of what marriage is. Never forget your personal needs, but know that marriage requires you to have objectives in terms of we, not just I. Your person will
Yes.
prove itself true when you find that you are willing to make sacrifices because you rely on God and love them enough to ride the waves. Mama!
Look here. Look
You
here.
there?
Miss Martha just made, she cooked that pie. That was a pie. That was a good, delicious
Mama! She
pie.
did that.
She
She
did
did
that.
that.
That was delicious. That was delicious.
She
Auntie
delicious.
said so true. Communication is key. You have to consider your love. I think you said that earlier. See, it's not all about you. You have to talk and let the other know how you feel. We got some amens and an amen again. And we got a crown for Apostle Bill and them in their 47 years. Oh, that was some good stuff right there.
Ooh,
I got one quick. Go ahead.
no, I was just laughing it up. That was good, good.
It was. It'd be delicious. It do. It'd
Delicious.
be delicious. Slobbing at the mouth good. Cole, if somebody asked you 5 or 10 years ago if you wanted to get married, what would have been your first answer?
Nope.
Okay. Look how she rolled her eyes. Okay. Come on back. Bring it back to go. So right now, when you think about marriage now, are you more amped to want to, or are you still on the no? Are you on the fence with that?
No, you know what? I honestly, I want to, because I feel like God has somebody out there for me. Back then, I was immature, but and it was, because the way I want back again, the way I was raised, I knew I was too bullheaded to do submission, to change my ways, to be, be be feminine. Like I was just doing my own thing. Now, as I'm older and I understand emotions, back then I didn't understand emotions. It was just you had the feeling, but you never understood why or how to handle. I never all I knew was anger. So it was just like if you did me wrong, there was no forgiveness. There was no look at other options. Maybe they didn't mean it that way. It was always straight, cut, dry. So now it's like, okay, you mature and you understand it's not about you anymore. It's not just you. You're just not the only person in this world. Everybody's not gonna think like you. That has changed.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody's not Nikki. I said it
Yeah,
all the
but
time.
here's the thing: a lot of women want to get married and don't understand, because I have a lot of people in my family, female wise, that never been married, don't have any children, and they're not okay with it. Me. I'm okay because God, I'm letting you drive this, so I'm okay if God say It no, that's not in your future.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I've gotten to a
You're
point where I'm
open to
okay
it.
with it.
You're open
I
to the
love
idea of
that.
it, but you're not
Mm-hmm.
closing the door fully, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good.
Okay, so Sierra, last question on this goes to you because this was your topic. Can
Hmm.
you tell us one thing now, 12 years later,
Hmm.
that you know that you wish you knew going in?
That change is inevitable.
Oh,
Nothing's going to stay the same. And being able
mm,
to ride each wave of change, you have to remember why you fell in love with this person, why you decided to do life with this person. Things change, season changes, situation changes, careers changes, friendship changes. It's so many changes that you go through in life that you think things just might stay the same. You know, that person just gonna drive it out, but your body changes, your endurance
yeah.
changes. So it's like you have to be able to ride those waves and still remember that you love this person and this person is good for you.
Mm.
And find a way to continue to stick it out, even though everything's not going to come your way. And be patient. I would say really be patient and trust in God first before you trust in your spouse because he can change anything.
Oh,
Hmm.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to leave this one alone, but I want to pack two things you said, see? And we're going to go on it. Look, we're going to do it because it's our business and we can.
Well, we can't.
See,
Ha!
you said that change is going to be inevitable. And the
Uh-huh.
first thing I started thinking about is, you know how when you first get married, how that sex is just like, wow, oh my God, it's fire. And then somebody get an injury at work
And then,
or age kick
yeah,
in or health kick in. And
yeah.
it's not that it's not fire anymore, it's just not frequent fire. Or it's
Yeah.
fire, but that fire go out kind of quick.
Yeah.
You have to love beyond
That.
what you've been getting because you said change is inevitable. So if somebody is watching now in the replay and
Uh-huh.
I just said something that was like, oh my God, that's our problem right there, what would you say to that?
Uh, pray about it. Pray how to address your spouse about it, and then address your spouse. Don't just not
Mm,
address your spouse about it. If you act like it don't exist, then it's going to cause resentment in your heart, or it's going to harden
yes.
your heart towards your spouse. So you don't want to do that. But if it's something that is, I told you 50 billion times type of thing, you really got to pray on how to continue to address it. But if it's something where it's just like, what's going on? Address it with love. Always come with love, not anger, because this is going to make things worse over time. Yeah, you always
Oh,
want to. You always want your spouse to. You always want your spouse to feel like, what's the word? Like I'm not doing this.
yes.
That thing. You don't want to make your spouse feel
Yes.
like you. So you got to be.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to choose your words wisely. Choose when to say
Mm-hmm.
something,
Mm-hmm.
but make sure you say something. Don't go without saying something because that's you done did
Yeah.
something to yourself. You are in a marriage as well, so don't not say anything. Say something.
And choose words that build up and not tear down.
That part.
Because if I need to tell you something, and I wish I knew this when I was married. Oh my God, when we it was about who could be the coldest with the cut down. I ain't gonna even lie.
Basically,
Man, because you're not finna just cut me down. I gonna cut you back. Now we laugh at that because we're really good friends, but we laugh at that now. But if there's something that Nicole is doing to me in this relationship, and I want to talk to her about it, if I talk to her in a way that's cutting her down, she ain't heard nothing that I said is hurting
nothing.
me. She about to defend herself because I done attacked her up, down, left, and right,
Right.
and I done tore her down so much. What did I accomplish with the conversation?
Exactly.
But if I can build her up while we're having this conversation, I think I can build her up in a way that it would cause her to want to change
Exactly.
because she doesn't want to hurt me. But if I'm doing it to the point where she ain't got no choice but to defend herself, that's damage. That's called damage. And you don't, why would you want to damage somebody that you married to with your
Right.
words?
Right.
and how you treat them. You married to them, so you gonna damage them.
That's
Why would you?
why would you do that?
Listen, they
Why would
couldn't
you
cook
do
my food. I'm damaging them when they cooking my food. The devil is a
that?
lie.
That is
No,
a lie.
you spit in my stuff.
What
Oh
was the
my God.
second part? What was the second
Huh?
question? What was the second question? You said you
The
had two
second
questions.
question was, hold on, make sure I didn't miss anything because I see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I did put that up there. Sorry. Um, you talked about it was something in the communication you said. I'm sorry because we done went on something different.
We did. It's okay.
We did. That's okay, but that's
Will you watch it?
okay.
You tell me.
Thank
And that's
you,
another
Jack.
question.
Love you, baby. What was it? You said something about communication. Oh, I wanted to ask you, what was one of the biggest lessons, one of the biggest lessons you and William had to learn when it came to communication? Communication was one thing when y'all were dating. Y'all under the same roof and married. So how did communication have to change?
Um, I think when you get comfortable, you forget that you still have to show up and say what
Oh,
you feel and say what you mean. Just because you're in the same
mm,
house, don't mean I'm assume your emotions or assume how you feel. Say how you
mm,
feel. Even if you gotta take some time and be like, you know what, I don't feel comfortable right now. Just give me till tomorrow. I still love you, but give me till tomorrow. Let me think on it a little bit so I can pinpoint what I really feel. So I don't feel like I'm
hmm.
attacking you about this, but it's really that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so beautiful because some people will just walk around with the be resting face. Y'all know what I'm talking about, and go straight silent. So now the other person trying to figure out what they did. Now they in their feelings because you in your feelings, and that
Uh,
just made everything worse. Oh, I love that.
that was the first 5 years of
I
our
love
marriage
it.
or six.
I love it. Nicole, me and you gonna get married. Me and you gonna get married off of this. You said the first years of your marriage, that's what it was?
5 or 6 years.
Oh.
The thing you said when you said you'll come back, you'll attack. We did that a lot. And then the thing I just said right now is that you would say things and then you just have this. I would have this face like,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like,
That's that be resting face.
you still mad about this? Well, now what I gotta do? We talked about this, huh? You know that type of thing. So
We own this again.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, we're gonna move on because I got 59
Okay,
other questions that's popping up, so I'm not gonna do that.
that was long.
So
That was long.
y'all, man, it was good. We have so in this next segment, we're gonna be talking about mental health in teenagers, y'all, and I am so excited because we are going to have William Pleasant join us, which is Sierra's husband. Y'all know he's a counselor, aka principal in the making. Come on, William, come on through. While he's coming on, I want to share with y'all why I wanted to talk about this particular topic. So I have a young lady in my life that I call my niece, and I asked her, I said, and this was for more for my life coaching. If you could talk to a mentor or a life coach about three things that matter to you most right now as a teenager, what would they be? The first thing out of her mouth was mental health.
Oh wow.
And one of the reasons is she was having just a bad day. It was one of those hectic mornings at their house. She went to school and just felt the need to want to talk to a counselor. That counselor assured her whatever goes on in this room stays in this room. By that evening, CPS was at their house, and all she said was, I was having a bad day. Now she don't want to talk to nobody, but she says, but who do I go through when I'm struggling in my mental health? So I'm bringing that up because we forget, if we as grown people struggle through the day, we struggle with them to not really want to go to work, to not really want to be married, to not really want to pay these bills or whatever it is we're going through that we never got healed from. What do we think these teenagers and these preteens are going through, and who do they talk to? So Will is on because Will, you come in contact with Sharon every day, all day. And when it
Yeah.
comes to mental health, what do you see these babies struggling with the most?
Hope, hope,
Say it
hope,
again for the back
hope.
folks in the back seat.
What's up,
Hope.
Brandon? Hope. Just hope. Like they I I did unfortunate, but sometimes not for unfortunate of working more with students who are considered at risk. And when I say at risk, I mean students
Mhm.
who are at risk of dropping out for whatever reasons.
Yeah.
They were pregnant, fell two classes, failed the state assessment, got retained back a grade. And my job, basically, for majority of them, is try to give them some kind of hope. And it's sad
Mm.
because sometimes the school is the only place where they're getting that inspiration, you know.
Yeah.
family gave up on them, friends gave up on them, especially if they come to my program. They have to leave some of their friends, or so-called friends, I should say, and they're like, well, I'm fine, I got, I'm making the grades, I went to the next grade, so what's your problem? And they don't understand, because at the end of the day, they're teenagers too, so they,
Right, right.
they got to take care of themselves. So but yeah, that's the big thing, is hope, finding some way to keep them going, and not even just academically, just making sure they could wake up the next day.
Mm,
Suicide ideation is real. People don't realize that. It's almost a daily task. It should be part of the resume, part of the job description.
mm,
Yeah, we had a group one time, and one of the students just nonchalant said, "I don't feel like waking up in the morning. Like, now we got to do a
mm,
suicide risk assessment." So it's just like, what are we doing in these families? I can't put it all on the family, because some of it is on the teenager, but a lot of it is the family. What are we doing in the family? And also, student of color. Like, are we doing enough? These kids of color, to tell them that, hey, um, mental health is real, and it's important to take that seriously.
I got another question, Jackie. If you're still on here, I would love to have you answer that question in the chat. She also works with children. Will, what do you think about the fact that we as adults will tell children, you ain't got nothing to be stressed out about? What
Mm-hmm.
you always stressed out for? You ain't got no bills. You don't work. What do you feel about our offensive and defensive response to a child saying, I'm going through, I'm struggling, I'm mad, I'm angry, and that's our answer?
Yeah.
Or we just we do or we say nothing.
Yeah, the first thing is to check yourself, because majority of the time when I see a student struggling with mental health, it starts with the parents.
Yeah.
They didn't get to they never got to experience mental health. So if they never got help, counseling, therapy, or in general, just simply had no one to care, they're just passing that along down the line. And it's sad, because if no one steps in, that's just going to continue. Then those kids are going to grow up and do the same thing to their kids, and just becomes a generational curse at the end of the day, because they just um, keep pushing along that, hey, there's nothing wrong. Fortunately, this generation is a lot different. They are proud, um, to extent. Some can take it to the extreme, but for the most part, they're gonna be real. Like, hey, something's not right. What was the I forgive me, those the tennis player,
Oh, no,
Venus and Serena.
no,
mm,
Nakawi,
mm-mm, jeez,
Nakawi, Nakawi.
nah, that's not it.
I'm
You
sorry.
talking
Start with an N. Start with an N. She's
That's why
Japanese.
I didn't even try
She's
it.
Japanese and
She's a
black,
black,
and she
yeah.
she didn't do the.
Oh yes, yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's say
Yeah.
this new generation not playing. They're like, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. You're not gonna
Force me.
force me. You can
Hmm.
find me.
Hmm.
People like, you can find me. I make
All you want
money.
to.
I
All
got
right.
endorsements. So that's one thing I would say with the proud of the generation. But those that don't have the voice, is real hard for them to say that. And a lot of times, like you said, it comes from the parents, and is really having them be able to check themselves to see what they need to do to help. You can't help someone if you don't help yourself first.
Right.
And that's the main thing with a lot I see with the parents. I mean, sometimes I'm on the phone and I'm counseling the parents more than the students, because they
Mhm.
need someone to hold.
Yes.
They're like, someone's finally listening to me.
Mhm.
No matter if they never met me in their life, they still need someone. So yeah, I would say with those parents, you gotta have some grace with them, because at the end of the day, they're just doing what they learned.
You know what's so crazy, Will? A lot of the times I think we answer the way that we do because we don't know what to say.
Mhm.
Nobody in their them, they didn't talk about mental health. They didn't know about mental health,
No,
right? They didn't know
no.
that there were avenues and counselors and ways that you can learn to cope that are healthier. So I'm expecting someone that has never been healed
Hmm.
to help me heal, to
Yeah.
walk me through this. But children don't understand that dynamic of it. It's just I tried to talk to you and you basically dismiss me. And
Mhm.
after too many of y'all keep dismissing me, I'm gonna keep it to myself. But you're gonna hear about it because
Hmm.
there's been a lot of children, and I'm not saying this is always the end result, but there have been a lot of those children that were the mass shooters that would say things like they wanted to finally be heard, so when they went out you were gonna know their name because I got
Yeah.
ignored, I got picked on, I got bullied, nobody listened to me. So what can we do to start making change? And then Cole and C, please, after he's done, if y'all got questions, please throw them out. Go ahead.
This goes back to everything. The first thing is just communication. I one thing I tell a lot of the parents is just be quiet for a minute and listen. We have to realize, even me, I learn every day from students. We have to learn that you can learn from young people
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm,
I mean, we at one point were not smarter than the parents, but we knew the basically the game to get through life. And the game changes pretty much every generation,
Yep.
whether
yeah.
people want to believe it or not.
Yep.
And those students, those kids, whatever you want to call them, the youth, they know more than they know. Dang. And then sometimes it's not very hard. I as a count, and I could say it now, 13 years in doing this. I've realized it's not as hard as people think. Sierra
Mm,
could attest too as a therapist.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't have the words. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing. There's moments where I'm counseling a student and we're sitting silent for 30 minutes. I
yeah.
I could be the king. I'm the king of awkward. We could sit here in silence. You want to answer my question. If it takes you 30
I'm the
minutes to
king of
process what I
awkward.
had to say, yeah, yeah.
I love that.
If it takes you 30 minutes to answer my question, you're gonna sit here and process this
Yeah.
because I'm not gonna let you leave this room thinking no one cared about you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm,
That
So
part.
you that's the main thing is like it's a lot of patience, and I know not everyone got it. I know not everyone can
Mm-hmm.
sit in a room for 30 minutes in silence.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're doing something, one thing right now, which I love, is that a lot of the counseling is starting to focus more on trauma informed, and what that
yes.
is not focusing on the behavior, focusing on what happened led you that behavior. As
Mm-hmm.
a
I
kid,
just wrote that down, William. I just wrote that down, William. High five. I just wrote that down. Go ahead.
as a kid, even as a kid from my side, I can only talk about myself. I mean, and I'm probably sure y'all can attest to this. Sometimes you're not acting up just to act up. Someone didn't listen to you and you have no power. I'm a minor. I can't sign for myself. I can't buy what I
Yes.
want, but I can break this
Mm-hmm.
window and act like my brother did it, or I could go out here and chase these stray cats or whatever. It's something stupid, but at the end of the day, sometimes they're doing it just to get that attention. And then if you take the
Mm-hmm.
moment and be patient, just enough, like instead of saying,
Mm-hmm.
why did you do this? What happened that led you to
To
do
do this.
this?
Yeah.
And it could be
Yeah.
something as simple, like I said, it could be something simple or something drastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yes.
at the end of the day, we're gonna have to I love my pastor because he'll say we'll sit here and spend all this money on stuff that doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Respect to Beyonce, but can you take that $2,000 and split that up in 6 months of payments to a therapist?
Amen.
You know?
I almost threw this cereal box at you.
Amen.
This
Amen.
almost came
Amen.
through the screen
Amen.
at
Yeah,
you.
we'll quick and
Amen.
swipe that
That
credit card for a
part.
woman that doesn't even know your name, but we won't spend any money to try to get some mental health help.
Because I'm throwing something through the window for one or two reasons. I
Yeah,
don't know how to verbalize what I'm feeling, so it got
Right.
to come out.
yes.
Or I'm trying to get your attention. I don't even
Thank you.
care if you're mad at me. Just can I get your
Have
Thank
your
you.
attention,
attention. Yeah.
please? Who almost threw this checks box at you? I promise you, you
Let's
wrote
do it.
down what I was thinking. Come through now. Ladies, y'all got something for him before we go to the comments?
I have a question for Nicole, but I'll get there. Every you know I love you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But one thing I do notice is that kids who have feelings or emotions sometimes don't have the words to frame what they're saying.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
as adults, I feel like we need to be more educated on mental health and the different degrees of it, right? No matter what it is, what things look like. I don't. I was going to ask you in high school now, because when we were in high school, it's different. But in high school now, do they teach kids in any form or fashion about mental health? Like, This is what depression looks like. This is what da-da-da looks like.
Oh, see, you
I don't
better
believe so.
preach.
I could do some more
You better.
research. I don't
That's
believe
part of that
so.
trauma informed training.
Yeah. Mhm.
Exactly. So I feel like that should be a part of the curriculum. I know
Yes, I
why
agree.
some people would not want it to be, because you have some kids who go on the deep end who see, oh, I can use this to manipulate the system. Yeah, we know
Yeah.
those kids are out there. But you also have kids who are experiencing things that they don't know how
What
to
it is.
say, this is that,
Hmm.
or this is how I feel about this, or
Yeah.
something's happened at home and I don't know who to talk to or who to tell, and it's
Hmm.
making me feel this way. And I feel like if we are able to give these wonderful kids TikTok words and TikTok dances, why can't we
Hmm.
give them the information that will help them live and not think about the other suicide? We don't want kids to have to think about that, no matter what they're going through at home or at school.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you that, because I'm like, do they have that in the education system? I know when I didn't learn about depression or mental health until I took psychology
Hmm.
in college. I did
College.
not,
Yep.
I did not learn anything in the details about that. I knew what grieving was because someone had died in my
Mm-hmm.
life. I knew that,
Mm-hmm.
but all the other stuff about mental health, not saying make it so elaborate, but make it basic form. Like, they have the pamphlets that have
Hmm.
this. Boom.
Right.
Like, show kids that so they have something to grasp on that's educational to help them
Right.
process what they're feeling and what they're going through and put words to it.
Yeah.
Um, as
But can I
Go
answer
ahead.
to that? Um,
When
First
you're
of
done, when
all,
you're done answering, Will, when you're done answering, we got a lot of comments we're gonna hit, then
okay.
we'll come back. But go ahead, answer that though.
So first of all, happy school counselor week. Go ahead. Um, so to all my great counselors, to defend them, that is part of group. I can't even think of the proper word, but it is part of group counseling. Is part of counseling curriculum to teach that kind of thing. To I if we can't teach Black history the right way, they're not going to allow. Parents are not going to allow, the type of parents I'm talking about. They're not
Yes,
going to allow that depression. They're not
yes,
going to let mental health truly be in there.
yes.
And then third, to protect kind of education, are we really ready to assess that? You're telling me I got to
Mm.
give a student a test and say, oh, you didn't pass because you didn't understand depression the way you're supposed to understand depression.
Oh,
Depression sometimes cannot be
Right, one form.
defined
Right.
defined. Everyone has a different reason why they're depressed. Some
Right, right,
students
right.
can't even define themselves. So
Right.
I agree, but
It would have to be
I feel
really,
like
really.
the solution for it is to increase mental health, the importance of mental health in schools. We can't have 3,000 students, only six counselors, expect only six
oh,
counselors to teach all these kids about depression. And then, of course, we gotta have permission slips to do that. First of all, that's
Right,
why college is easier because you don't need permission slips.
right.
right.
So if we could increase mental health where counselors don't have 547 students on their caseload, then I think that would probably help. But I
Help.
agree. I wish it could be in education, but I know the parents won't allow it, but and it's just the only thing that I feel that shakes me is the assessing kids on that.
That's like
Like,
testing.
like, hey, yeah,
Quick question. They got sex ed, huh? In high
they don't
school?
have sex ed no more.
No.
Mm-mm. Sex ed don't
Y'all
exist.
peep this. Y'all peep this. You know when they readily make counseling available and actually discuss it openly with kids, when there's been a school shooting
Yeah.
or one of the students or teachers have died, like over the weekend,
Right,
they will
right.
say counselors are at the school available if anybody needs to talk. Why don't you make that announcement every single
One or
morning?
two days.
There are counselors available if you're having a bad day and you need to talk. They need to make it available. Let's hit the comments real quick, y'all.
Okay.
And I'm so glad Jackie did respond, y'all. Jackie been working with kids as long as I've known her, and I
Hey,
have known her
Jackie.
for a year. Yes,
Long
y'all
time
remember
no see,
Jackie?
Jackie. Yeah, I remember Jackie.
Yes.
Jackie. That's the
The
Jackie
worst
said
thing you
that's
can,
the worst
you know
thing you
what,
can.
William?
Huh?
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. That's the worst thing you can say. You don't have problems at your age. Sometimes students don't know how to adequately express what they are feeling, and by adults dismissing their cry for help, it teaches the child that no one cares about what I feel and that my words don't matter. We must model the behavior
Mm.
and the conversations that we want to see in our children. Come on, Jackie. Listen to learn and not to automatically respond. Ask God for the wisdom to drip your words in understanding, patience, and I don't see the rest.
I won't. hold on. It won't show all the rest of it. Dang.
Oh, Jackie
But
has a
those of you
word
who
and
are
they don't
watching,
want
y'all
to
can finish reading the comment in the
hit that
comment.
limit.
Come on,
Come
Jackie.
on,
My
Jackie.
Jack is dropping the nuggets and
the
stuff and things,
nuggets and stuff.
stuff and things. And then Douglas said, "You want to hit this thing?"
You know, the number one answer I get from a lot of young people, they feel like nobody cares, and that's why things happen out here because they feel like they have the
They are
they are
alone.
alone and they
Like they're
don't have
alone. Hmm.
like they're alone that nobody but but as parents we got to take the time out for these young
Yes, we
people.
do.
True.
Come on, Douglas.
True.
Ooh,
Yes.
What
ooh.
I'm gonna say two more things. Oh, wait, wait. See, the most important thing is that we have to realize and understand how well mental illness is, and you have to be understanding to the person. I have some young people come to me and they feel like they don't have nothing to live
Mm,
for, but I have to tell them you just have to say encourage, stay encouraged.
yes.
Don't never give up and don't throw in the towel. If nobody didn't tell you, God loves you.
Yes.
Yes, Douglas.
Yes.
Very
That
well true.
part.
Long time, Jackie. I remember you too. That's awesome. I gotta say the whole Jacqueline D. Carter,
You better,
MED.
you better, you
Come
better,
You know
on.
what
you
I'm saying?
better,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
you better
saying?
put them,
Jack
them
got them
initials on
letters
there.
behind her name. Jack got
Thank
them
you.
letters behind her name. Ow,
Hey,
ow. Go ahead, see. You want to say something, baby?
I was going to say two more things. Working with kids who, as a therapist, kids who have disabilities or impairments, uh, that's a whole nother scope of mental illness where
Yes.
they really don't sometimes have the words to express how they feel. And it, I don't know if, and in education doesn't have time to teach parents who have kids who have special needs how to express themselves sometimes. And
mhm.
so, education, of course, is super, super
Hmm.
important. But making sure the parents of special needs children or kids who have disabilities understand the stages that the child are in so that they're able to better assist them in understanding their body and understanding who they are, and how they can achieve anything they want
Mm.
in life. You just need a little help. Just need a little help, a little extra help. The third thing, I'm glad Nicole is back. Thank you, Nicole, for
Welcome
coming
back,
back.
Nicole.
Nicole, oh Nicole, I'm gonna cry. Don't cry today. Okay, don't cry today, Sierra. Do not do this.
If
Do
you
not,
cry, you cry.
do not cry today.
If you
You
cry,
really
you cry.
put me on the plane, Nicole. I wanted to ask Nicole this question because you have been put in a very strategic place by having to take on so many kids after your
Cousin.
cousin passed away. And I wanted to ask you, what did you do to help each one individually continue to want to live on and thrive after that?
Mm.
First of all, I prayed. Um, and I allowed them to feel, so I know where to start. You see what I'm saying? What place to start. Um, I also developed a relationship with them as their own
Mm-hmm.
individual.
Mm-hmm.
Um, again, the oldest one, 18. And I know it was like a lot of milestones, but I also let him know that you have a support system. Cause like, grandma's gonna be grandma.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? No one can ever take, and I give him that reassurance all the time. No one can ever take your mother's place. But I also look for other outlets for him because
Yeah.
he's so older. I mean, he's older and temptation is everywhere. You know, again, I just try to develop that one-on-one relationship. He understands I'm not auntie and I'm gonna ride you, but he also know that he has a safe place. You know, just prime example, like how some parents just need that. I'm a firm believer it takes a village to raise a child. So I wanted him to know that I'm part of his village. It's stuff that I know that you can't go to, that you won't go to your grandmother about, but you can always come to me about it.
Right.
Um, it's not that I'm gonna agree with some of your behavior, but I'm also gonna let you know I understand. And there's other outlets we can use, or there's other resources that we can use to put that energy somewhere else. Um, with
Mm.
the 9-year old, I just, again, I just let them be themselves.
Mhm.
When she act out or have her moments, I'm there. And it's not like you said, it's not, I'm not pointing that finger. You don't do this and you don't do that. I listen to her. What made you go this? Because they know one thing I don't do is I don't know.
Mhm.
There's a reason behind it.
Mm.
And I
Mm.
always tell,
Yeah.
regardless of the fact, if you think I'm gonna be mad, I need to know your reason.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
even with the youngest one, like when we don't think he understands, like
How old is
even
the youngest?
he's three,
Three.
4, and it's so, because I witnessed him go through. He's seen his mother take her last breath, and we didn't understand. We were, as adults, we all in there mourning his mom, and he was just like, "It's okay." And then, like at the funeral, he was just like, "Why won't my mom wake up?" So, just for Christmas, his grandmother made him a picture of just him and his mom, and he looked at his grandma. Now we thought he was gonna break, like we thought he was just gonna just have this moment. And he looked. He said, "My mom is in heaven, but I'm okay. I miss my mom, but I'm okay."
Mm.
And we were like, "Whoa!" But see, with Ian, it's just like you give them that safe place. Like it's okay to cry. Like
Mhm.
with Evan, I tell him it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's sweetheart. It's just a refill. It's just giving God more room for more love, more cried out. But let me know why you crying. I've
Mm.
always asked them the why. I've always why were you doing that? What was you thinking? What I've always the one to not just be like, okay, you did it. So let's talk about what you did. I want to know why you did it.
Right.
So
I
with
love it.
them, is I've always given them that safe place to say, "Hey, I'm auntie. I'm that cool auntie. We down for whatever." But I'm also the auntie that's gonna be like, "Hey, you going
Okay.
left? I'm gonna need you to come back a little bit so we can understand why you going left." Even, I mean, because a lot of times some people, I feel like I tell people like, I believe in tough love. Even with Evan, I'm like, "Hey, I'm not gonna be the one that always gonna say give you, give you, give you, because that's the lifestyle you used to. We will just always give you, give you. Sometimes, sweetheart, you're gonna know that the ground is hard, but I'm gonna be there to give you a band-aid and wipe you up, kiss you on the forehead, stay you up, and send you on your way. But in life, I'm not gonna always be
Oops.
here. I'm not gonna be always be the one that can catch you when you fall, because sometimes you're gonna have to fall.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, between that, the life lesson, giving them their safe space, and also just developing their own individual relationship, because all kids aren't the same.
Right.
That's
All
it.
kids don't feel the same.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I
is it.
love what you said,
Yes.
Nicole, and that's why I was like Nicole probably thinking Nicole has
Yeah.
a
Yeah. I
lot
was
to
about to
say,
say help us
and
out
that
here.
and the key, the term you said is a safe place.
Yes.
When I think about kids, um, who don't feel like they have a safe place to just lay, or just to be a soft landing place, or just a place where they can just express themselves.
Hmm.
They don't feel like they have a safe place. And so I'm so thankful that you said that, because it really is needed for a lot of kids to feel love and feel accepted and feel vulnerable enough to tell you how they feel. That's how you make good adults.
Mm.
And are more receptive to their emotions. When you don't know how to express yourself and you don't know how to understand the emotions that you're feeling, you can't articulate it, and then
Yeah.
you have more difficulties as an adult. And so when you understand that, oh, this is a safe place, I know how to accept a safe place. Now I know how to create a safe place when I'm an adult. they also know how to be a safe place for other people. And so I just think
That's
that's really
it.
good that you said that because it's really needed. A lot of people don't understand how important that is for children to have a safe place. So thank you so
That
much
was
for
good
that.
with the safe place. I'll add one little thing with the safe place. Another aspect is anxiety. A lot of my students face that anxiety, and it connects to the safe place. When parents or even family members or even friends learn how to swallow that pride and admit they make mistakes,
Come on, William.
that creates a safe place.
Come on,
Because if
William.
they feel like, oh, I got a majority of the times, my students who face anxiety is because they're trying to reach perfection, which is
Mm-hmm.
impossible. All four of us know that's
That's it.
impossible to reach perfection. And so if they're seeing the parent that doesn't
Man,
believe, oh, I made a
man.
mistake, then that's that's where the problem a lot, and then that just keeps going. So now they're going to grow up and feel like, oh, I got to submit to this boss or submit to this job where now I'm stuck or whatever relationship where now they're stuck because they didn't they don't reach that. You don't want to disappoint someone, not even in their lives anymore, and it just creates
Right.
more feels a problem. So and it starts from the home to keep that safe space.
Yeah.
That part. Y'all, this segment has been incredible. We do have a part two to it, but we're going to be talking about how to support your friends when they're going through mental illness. But we're going to save that for another show because that's a whole topic in of itself.
Oh,
We have some more comments that are coming in. But William, would you like to stay for the next one, or do you want to say your deuces? You're welcome to stay if you want to.
I'll stay. Let's see what y'all talking about on here.
let's see.
Like
Y'all
you
talking-
don't know. Boom, baby,
y'all getting
bam.
freaky? Y'all getting freaky on here?
Shut up,
I mean,
William.
we might have y'all shared. Have y'all shared? If you have not, please share because this conversation is so good. It's so important. So please do us the honor of sharing this to your amazing pages. Nicole asked the question. Should a person have to work for your forgiveness? Y'all should have heard Sierra flying out with the answer. But we're going to talk about that right now. Fam, we want to know from y'all down in the chat. Should a person have to work for your forgiveness? Nicole, should a person have to work for your forgiveness?
I feel like they should because you work my nerves. So why not work for my forgiveness? You
Not
work,
nerve working.
you do.
You work my nerves.
I just feel like yeah. I need you to, because I'm an action person. I am. I need you to show me that whatever you've done, that you are truly apologetic for, but also that I can trust you because I have big trust issues. So like God is still working on me. So I used to be the type of person, if you cross me, yeah, it was it. There was no coming back. But since God said I forgave you, Nicole, you gotta forgive somebody else.
That
Yeah,
part.
I feel like you
That
gotta
part.
work.
It'll get you every
That part.
time.
Hey,
Every time he'll get you that one.
hey, you gotta do something.
And the
You
cup.
can't just say I'm just not the type of person to say, hey, I forgive you. You got to work to show me that we ain't never going back down that road.
In the cup.
Oh
In the
God.
cup.
Oh God.
Huh?
Hey, hey.
William's
So
coming
you
with the
feel
easy response. Go
so
ahead,
did you have
Nicole.
to so you feel like you have to work for
People's forgiveness.
people's forgiveness?
Do I have to work
Yeah.
if I did something for somebody to forgive me? Yeah.
Yeah. You feel like you have to work for it?
I knew you was gonna like that, Jackie. I knew Jack was gonna like
You did
that
say that. You were...
one.
Okay, I
Yeah, I'm
was making
sorry.
sure. So it works
If
both
I
ways.
did
Okay.
something, I feel like I need to prove to you
Mm-hmm.
that we're not gonna do that no more.
You want to
Nicole
go
say
first?
you
I'm
work my
gonna let you go
nerves.
because you were yesterday. So I'm gonna let you go first, husband.
Maybe it's my age. I ain't got time for that. I will I will burn a bridge so fast.
William, that's the problem.
Yes.
That is the
I'm
problem.
But
But
not
see
but
looking
that
keeping
that
it
that used to be
honest,
me
I'm
though.
not
being
looking for
honest
forgiveness.
though.
You
But
heard
see that
that
used to be
word? Y'all
me.
heard that, right? I just want to make sure I heard that.
Now don't get me
That
wrong.
used to be me. And sometimes when I'm like, no, no, it could be somebody else that come along and because once that trust issue was broke with me, if anybody would give me a sign of that they was going down that road, I would try to stop you before you go down that road, and I would cut you off. So therefore, I had to learn how to forgive because everybody's not perfect. Everybody's not gonna get it right the first time. That's why I said the old Nicole that I was in my own world. So you had to go by my rules. You still gotta go by my rules when it comes to a relationship with me. But the thing is, I give you a little leniency.
Wait a minute, y'all. That slid straight past all y'all. She said,
No,
"You
I
still
heard
got
you.
to go by my rules if you go be in a relationship with me."
Yeah, but I give you a little leniency. I'm not as hard as I used to be.
I will say that you have, girl, you done softened since you and I met back in Vegas. I promise you, you
Cause
are
I'm
you are melted butter now in comparison. Kid you not,
like
melted butter.
I used to be like, hey, this is the way it gotta be. If you betray me, we done. Like never look back. But then I'm like, what lesson would I have learned if I never gave them another chance?
I got you. I got you.
Sierra, get them that slid straight out your mouth answer that you gave us. Does a person have to work for your forgiveness?
I used to agree with the same response Nicole had because I feel like if I've done something to someone, that I have to make sure they understand that I really was sorry for what I did or what I said. And so I would make sure. Now that's part of people pleasing. So that's why I said now I don't look at it that strenuous. But I will say this: I'm sorry goes a long way. Not making excuses for what you did, but I'm sorry goes a
Mm-hmm.
long way with me.
And Karen.
And caring after the fact.
Hmm.
If you just make excuses for what you did, you're not really sorry. So therefore, what are we talking about? So that's
Mm.
what I that's where that came from. That ooh, because baby,
Did you feel it?
back in the
You
day,
had a
that's what I
flashback.
said.
Y'all trying to hold on to people. That's why y'all making people work for your forgiveness.
I said back in the
No,
day, I'm telling
no,
you,
no.
There's I looked it up. There was 7.78 billion
7.88
people
billion.
in this world. There's other people I can mess with. If you want to go ahead and try to hurt my feelings or betray
William
me or
said
whatever
it's
y'all
okay.
said, I'm done. Now, don't get me wrong. They still come in my. If God put them in my life, I cross over. Hey, how you doing? A little small talk here and there. But I'm not gonna sit there. You gotta work for my. No, like, all right. You say you're sorry. Cool. Time will tell if you really are sorry, and then we're gonna go from there. Next person. I'll,
Because
I'll make
there's
a new
no
friend.
billion of
I'll make a
y'all.
new friend. I'll make a new friend next week. I'm good. I'm not sitting there. All right, what did you do this week? Did you work enough to earn my forget? No, I'm good.
No,
For,
and
No, you
that's how
don't
you see
put
it.
levels to it. It's
Yeah,
just
that's how you see it. But
yes, I see it
that's how you see it that way though.
because you want. It's like y'all want someone to grovel. I don't. I'm
No,
good.
it's not
no,
about
I don't want you to
groveling. It's
grow.
just like
I
I
Well,
just
want
said.
want
yeah,
Like I said, showing that you care.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
even after the fact, like show that you care. Don't just like. And I don't like when you. That's another thing. Like you say you say I'm sorry, and then you like a like let's say you hide your tail, and then you just got go away. It's like wait, are you? So then
They can go away.
William Hurt. This is why I say
Y'all.
y'all really want him on this next segment. Lord bless you.
Yes, I do. It's the
I,
truth
I
for
I even
me.
said I
It's the
give people a
truth.
second chance. They come back in my life. Cool. They don't. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I don't care enough to see what you actually did to work for my forgiveness. I think that's why I forgive fast because forgiveness from there's different forgiveness and forget. I don't forget, but I forgive so quickly. I don't even. All right, cool. Bye. Next person. Next
It's
person.
that look she keep giving you from the side for me.
Next
Dougie
person.
says, see, the problem is a lot of people have a problem with forgiveness. Somebody that do you wrong or whatever, forgive them because that's what God teaches us in the word about forgiveness. But if you don't let it go and accept that it's going to hinder you. And
Exactly.
Elaine said, preach, nephew, preach, Neff. Vengeance,
All right,
she say,
Auntie.
is the Lord.
Yeah, I let the Lord take care
That
of
is
it. I'm
But
all.
good.
see, the thing is, I agree with you, husband. But the thing is, y'all know the extra level will go to after.
What I do?
And let me. You forget. This is you don't forget. So therefore, if they try to re-enter, it see. Y'all saw the face?
I do. I
Did y'all see
do.
it? Did y'all see
How
it?
many chances I give people? I
I
can't say names,
did.
but how many
So
chances do I give
I got
people?
a question for all of y'all. I got a question for all
No.
of y'all. I'm gonna hit
It's a
Brandon's
no.
comment first, and I'm gonna ask y'all. I grew up believing that I had to kill myself for other people's forgiveness, but I believe now that you should wholeheartedly try to make things right if you wrong someone or make a mistake, or you made a mistake. However, use God's
Discernment.
decrement.
Discernment. Discernment.
I think it's
Discernment.
discernment. Yeah. Use God's discernment to know when you've done your work and leave the rest to him. Some people have a harder time to forgive, and that is something God has to work out. I
Yeah.
love that. Brandon, Mr. B. Okay, here's the
Mhm.
question to all of y'all and QT fam. Y'all hit us in the chat. Do you forgive and do you forget? I know what the words say. I'm asking y'all because you can forgive, but every time you get the opportunity, it comes back up. So let's keep it 100. Do you forgive and forget, or do you forgive but you be side on? Because I remember what you did to me. What say y'all? What's the answer?
Let's forgive, and then there's forgiveness, and then forget. Like I said, I don't forget. It, but
Mm-hmm.
after some time, I'm not. It's not going to be part of my
Right.
like. Okay, I learned my lesson from it. Move on.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not going to bring it up, but I'm not going to be foolish and let you do it to me again.
That's why I can't forget it.
See, Jackie, this is what we not gonna do. Because now
All
I got
jokes
to grab tissue. All jokes aside, I made the grave mistake of hurting my friend Nikki, and I reconnected with her at a funeral. And all I could do was hug her and cry. I didn't know how to adequately express how sorry I was, so I just let things kind of hang in the air. But God is bringing us back together. Jackie,
That's the stories I like to hear.
Jackie Jean.
that just encouraged me, amen.
And that's a true story. And
Beautiful.
because anybody that knew us back in them days, you did not see one without the other, and
I remember.
it was hard. I'm sure you did because we was always sitting next to each other in church. You was not gonna see one without the other. I tell you, the way God is doing the reconciliation and the healing. And that day, we unfortunately we reconnected at our friend's funeral. And when you have a friend that dies young, it really makes all the bull snap go out the window because you
Mhm.
literally look at life as not only is it short, life ain't even worth some of that. And here's the thing: a good friend of mine taught me a long time ago. And anybody that's watched any of my podcasts, you probably tired of hearing me say this. He taught me that nothing is a big deal until you make it a big deal. Does that mean
Yep.
you let people hurt you? No, you don't. Does
Oh,
it mean you don't talk to people and let them know how you feel when they're doing something? It don't mean that. What
No.
it
no.
does mean is sometimes even the things that are big deals that really did hurt that you probably don't have to forgive them for, you should.
You
Yeah.
Because
should.
in the long run, here's my philosophy of it. If you make me mad right now, and we talk no more tonight, we don't get it right, and one of us dies. If it's you, I'm left with the hurt that I never got to say I'm sorry. If it's me that goes, I die, and we never said I'm sorry. So nothing's a big deal till you make it a big deal. Y'all, we got some comments. Somebody hit this one.
Now that I'm older, I'm not going to put up with foolishness. I will forgive you, but I don't forget. I'm not. I'm not going to work at trying to befriend you again. Come on, Auntie.
If Keeping It Real was a person, her name is
Keep
Teresa.
it real.
He
Douglas
says,
says,
good question. Hey, go ahead, baby.
okay, good question. There are going to be times where you go to forgiveness, but you can forget because once you forgive, that it's done, it's over with. But some people, they always tell my tell always tell my day forgive the person, but they ain't going to forget.
Let me take this opportunity, Jackie. I love you so much. Please
Oh,
forgive me. I know we've already said this, but we're going to do it again. Please forgive me. I love you. I'm so glad you are in my life. I have missed you. I missed us. And I
excuse me.
didn't get the opportunity to fix it. I love you. I love you. All right. Um, She says, please, please stop, sis. Um, Nothing is a big deal until you make it a big deal. So good. I mean, my thing is, I had a broken heart. I've been through so much, but I forgot. I forgave because guess what? I'm not gonna hold anything over my head. I'm not gonna be sitting back and be like worrying about what they did to me. I forgive them because once you forgive, you let it go. Then we got some amens. Um,
I have a
my
question.
pastor always said, "Don't sweat the small stuff."
Where's
What
the
you say,
small?
see?
I have a question.
She's
I
she's having a little
Oh, I thought
coffee.
you said. Okay, go ahead, baby.
have a question. I have a question.
Go
This is
ahead,
my
baby.
question. Um, so the forgetting part, do we not forget so that we can remember? So if we see it happening again, we can address it, or do we don't forget because we want to hold it against that person? Which is it?
One thing I think that people do,
Okay,
you
baby.
always remember your hurt. You hold on to the hurt. You a lot of times, like in a relationship, you forget sometimes when they cross you wrong, you forget about the good time. You hold on to the hurt. That will be significant with me anyway, because I'm like, okay, like I have, well, within the last couple of years, I have walked away from uh friendships, and it was 20 plus years. The thing is, how many times do I have to explain my stance? So what I did was I addressed it. I said, look, the friendship that you're looking for, I'm not it. I can't give that to you. I can't. We had a great run, but I can't. And now when I look back at it, it's like when I finally let it go, I was mostly hanging on to the hurt. Cause I started
Mm-hmm.
questioning, were you really my friend? But now it's just like people gonna be people. And I don't forget what you did. Can we come back and be what we were? To me, hey, God's still working on me. So no, we can never. I will never be able to allow you to get back in that spot.
Wow. Um, I think there are levels to hurt, which means there are levels to the pain that you experience. Because to ask someone that was sexually abused by, say, a family member,
Yeah.
how do you tell them to forget that? How do
Yeah.
you do that? Because that becomes a deep seated hurt.
Hurt, right?
Does that mean that they can't function around the person? Does that mean that they can't get to a place where they get healed and delivered from the effects of how it felt to them on certain levels of hurt and the emotion? I think they can do that, but then triggers do happen. You can forget about something somebody did to you and wholeheartedly forgive them, and then a trigger happened that does cause you to remember. I think it's when the I think when it's talking about learning how to forgive and forgive is when you're not constantly rehearsing it. That's what she said, Nicole. Is when you're not constantly rehearsing it. When you keep rehearsing it, you're not forgetting it. You're not letting it go. You are remembering, and sometimes you do it for the fact of, because I'm going to bring this back up to you. Soon as I see you do anything I don't like, it's coming back up.
Right.
Like if somebody cheats on you, but you stay in a relationship with them, baby, I forgive. But the moment them dishes in the sink and they not washed, and you cheated on me last year. Wow, really? We talking about dishes. So I think it's the level of hurt, and it's the pain that it causes that will cause some people not to necessarily forget but be re-triggered. The other thing would be is if somebody is having a hard time letting it go, it may not be because they keep rehearsing it. It just could be on the level that they were hurt about it.
Yeah.
So it's not that they're not forgiving, it's the hurt that they got to deal with, right? So that would be my answer for it. The last thing I had written down was how we hold on to it. If it's security for me, like if hurt is so familiar to me that it's easier for me to be comforted by pain, that's why I hold on to it. Not because you did it, because I want to throw it in your face. I'm comforted by pain. Pain is all I've known. forgiving, and they're not being any pain. I don't know that. I know pain, so I'm gonna hold on to that. Okay, we got some comments we gotta hit, and we're gonna go into our last one. Tricks come to make you strong. Okay, Auntie, where we going? Tricks come to make you strong. Oh, I think it may have been trials. I think it got you autocorrect. I'm gonna say tricks. Where we going with this? Trials come to make you strong. This is the shaping and making of your true soul. Let I think it's let's get to the kingdom for the greater good and for your crown and gifts from God. Do what do
Do
what
what
your
you
will
will.
allows. Oh, I get it. I get it. Will, you want to hit that one?
See, we put so much trust, and I gotta say, like he said, see,
Yeah,
we
see?
put so much trust in people and everything because we think and that they are not going to do anything to hurt us, but they did, and it
Church.
hurts.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yeah, and
Mm.
everyone, I know I sit here jug and say it's easy, but everyone, like you said, there's different levels to it. I can't sit there and say I'm just gonna forget that person who hurt me so bad that now I got traumatic experiences. You know that. Now I'm done balling. Nick, I love you.
Woo!
Oh, yo, that was y'all. I ain't gonna read that. That's for you.
Now that I'm done balling, Nick, I love you and I'm so proud of you 100%. I mean, Eva's Heroes Love. Y'all, Eva Longoria has a foundation here. I think it started here in San Antonio. And me, Jackie, and another lady that we had a group called Unmasked. And we literally wrote a whole jingle for her foundation. Jack, you done took the Rome back, girl. You done took the Rome back. Wow. Somebody want to read this from Miss Martha?
My mama says, holding on to the memory of it hurts you more in the long run. It makes you bitter and minimizes our humility to God. Sometimes God uses our pain to help others heal from the same pain, even rape, and we don't grow in Him as He plans because our pain and pride keeps us right there. We're in control, not God. Yes, Mama.
Hmm.
Oh wow. She said our own pride be in control, not the Lord. Our last topic. Y'all, this show has been so good. I hate to keep cutting these segments off, but we're gonna end on a more jovial, happier note. I want to take us on the throwback real quick. Okay, so real quick, y'all remember flip phones from back in the day? I'm talking about old school flip phones where you really couldn't text because you only got like so many characters you could work with, and your minutes wasn't free till like after 9 and on weekends. They did this experiment where they gave teenagers flip phones, not smartphones, because they wanted to see if there was a correlation between having anxiety and depression with these smartphones. Because why? You have the access to the world right at your fingertips. Y'all, the people that did the experiment was saying stuff like, I spent more time with my family because on a flip phone, you can't get on the internet. There is no social media, right? You can't text all day because you only get so many characters. Some of them said they realized how caught up in social media they were. When you have a flip phone, you can't do all of that. They started feeling better about themselves because there was no
Yeah.
comparison all day long. If there was anything that we could bring back from back in the day that life just seemed way more simpler when we had it, what would it be, in y'all opinion?
You know what I thought about? Two-way
What?
pages. I love.
Come
I
through, two
hate
way.
texting. I hate texting people. So I'd rather call them and tell them type what I said. You type what I said.
Right. Back when we used to have to beep each other, there were certain letters that you would do for 911 because it wasn't 911, and you have to turn it upside down to read the 911. They meant call me right away. Oh my God, I love those. Come on, pages. All right. What,
Wow.
what about y'all? What
Come
else?
on, now let me see this.
Huh?
I was gonna say like family dinners and game nights.
Mhm.
Ooh.
I miss that, and like it's a regular thing. Like I know we're all very busy, but like once a month, like
Yeah.
the third Saturday of every month, we get together and we play games and we have a family dinner and just catch up. And because of COVID, it kind of messed up a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just keeping some family, yeah. And another thing I would say is family reunion. We don't have family reunions anymore. We got so much pain, hurt, unforgiveness. You don't want to have family reunions on, and no one wants to
Yeah.
organize it.
Yeah.
So
Y'all gonna be mad at me.
what's yours?
Commercials.
The good ones that had jingles and told a story.
Yes, and not
Yes.
just that. We get to a point now where we don't have, if, especially if you're watching a really good TV show or a movie of intrigue, like
Hmm.
back in the day, you watched Fresh Prince of Bel Air. They said they ended on something really funny. Now you got your cousin, your them. We're talking about, oh man, what we, if the commercial's good, we'll watch the commercial. If we're not watching the commercial, we're talking about what just happened in the first act of Fresh Prince of Bel Air or Martin or whatever. You don't have time
Yes.
to do that now because the show keeps going. Some kind of break where we could actually like digest what we just watched and not just binge watching and forget what we watch next week. Because there's some good
Yeah.
writers out there. I'm a fan of comedy. I'm a fan of good writing, and sometimes we're missing out because we're just binge watching now.
I miss when seasons were actually seasons. Do y'all remember back in the day?
That
If you watch
The
it, say
60
Different
episode
World.
season.
If you were watching Different World ended when the summer began. If
Yes,
you missed it, you had to wait till the summer was over and it came back in the fall for
24
the brand new
episodes.
season. There was great anticipation. It left you off on a good cliffhanger. Now seasons are about 10 episodes. They're not like a full year, like back in the day. It's 10 episodes and you're already on the next season. And I also miss actual what do they call? I don't know, what do you call these? I want to say jingles. But you remember when shows came on
Oh, the intros.
well, this is a story all about how
Yeah,
you
the
got the
intros.
whole
Yeah,
entire story in a song.
yeah.
Growing Pains had theme songs, and all these shows had theme songs, and when you heard it, you could sing it. Well, we're moving on. The shows now don't really have theme songs. And if
Crazy.
they do, it ain't got nothing to do with this show. So I miss those things.
Yeah.
Schoolhouse Rock, Yo-Yos, and Earth, Wind, and Fire.
yes,
I done
mama.
fell out twice on Earth, Wind, and Fire. Come on, Miss Martha. Come on, Miss Martha.
And I miss the real hip hop, R&B. Like I hate the music now. I hate the music.
Garbage.
We
There's
talked
some.
about
There's
that
some.
when y'all were over here for Christmas. Remember, William?
Yes.
Music now it'd be like, what they say?
There's
You gotta go
some.
wait, look up the lyrics.
It's far in between, but there's some. Daniel Caesar, her.
Yes,
Yeah, there's some that's keeping it real, but some
yes.
they're not even trying. They just
Some be
they made
whack.
a
Like
TikTok song and it went viral, and that was it. They made their money, and now they're back to whatever they were doing.
yeah, because I like the fact, like the Grammys. I love the hip hop honors on the Grammys.
That was a
I
good one.
thought they did
I
a
was
fantastic
hollering
job.
the whole time.
Yes,
The whole
that to me
time.
that was
I
hip
yelled.
hop. And then when they start bringing them other little young kids up, I said, out of all the other
That's
little kids that come around, I said, this is the realest.
No, no one's even looking at. They're looking at their phone.
I
Like,
looked at my
wait.
phone. I was like, I don't know what he's saying, so I'm gonna just go look at my phone. I was like, no, sir, I can't. No.
That part.
That
That part. Yo, it's time for our favorite segment of the show. This is where we do our personal affirmations for the week. Fam, first of all, if y'all have enjoyed the show, please drop some crowns down in the comments. If y'all have enjoyed having William be our co-host king for the day, drop some crowns down in the comments. And don't forget to tell us, what is your personal affirmation? What is your personal affirmation for the week?
What is
I'm not gonna do this with Raya. You ain't gonna make me do this with you. You ain't gonna make me do it. Listen, what are your personal affirmations for the week, Nicole? Let's start with you while they get their boogie on.
Mine is I am unique. I feel like when God created me, he broke the mold. It's me. I'm not like everybody. I'm not gonna be able to accomplish everything that everybody's doing the way that they do. I am unique.
I am unique. Come
I
through.
love it, Nicole. I am unique. Yes.
Come on, come from affirmation of the week.
Yeah.
Come on now. Oh, okay. Y'all still hitting us. Hold up real quick. We got a bunch of them. Bring back music from back in the day, like Benny King, Stand By Me, Heavy D and the Boys, TLC. Those were the good music groups. Cool in the. You better come through, Anita Baker. Come through. She said, black folks and real songs. Come through now. He
Thank
dropping
you so
crowns.
much.
They're dropping crowns and more crowns and more crowns
Yeah.
and some more crowns. Thank y'all so much. Okay, Sierra, what is your personal affirmation for the week?
Um, I am God's partner. Uh, this comes
Whoa,
from
what?
I am God's partner. Um, our pastor at Transformation Church, Pastor Mike Todd, he preached a message on Sunday, and he said, "You are heirs to the throne, the kingdom of God, and
Mm,
you need to partner with God because He chose you. Partner with Him, meaning if you take a little step, He's going to push you even further. So lean on Him."
mm.
And so when I grasped that, I'm God's partner. I am. He's using me to do whatever He wants to do. I just have to,
Yeah.
abide to His will for my life. So that's what that comes from.
Amen.
Look at you, just turned on. It's already.
I love that. That reminds you that God is your friend.
Amen.
You are heir to that
I love
throne. Come on
that.
now.
Amen.
I'll say
We
what I
waiting to
said.
see what y'all are saying
Okay.
affirmation for the week. BB and CC. Go ahead, King.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
your
BB and
affirmation for the
CC.
week?
So I'll say what I said yesterday in Bible
Huh?
study. Um, if we need to remember to speak good about ourselves. If you messed up, you did something wrong, then you're sitting there like, man, I messed up. Well, they were cussing that one. I'm trash. No. But would you say that? Would you say that to your friends? Would you have the gall to say that to your friends? Then why do we say that to ourselves? Pick yourself up.
That part.
Speak confidence in yourself. You messed up. Okay, cool. Speak truth to yourself. What do I need to do to fix the situation and move forward? And remember, just like Sierra says, you're a child of God. You're a partner with God.
Did you make that personal?
Yes, that was for me.
Okay, I didn't hear the beginning of it. I'm sorry. I love
Yeah,
that.
I think it was glitching.
I was glitching. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to say it again, the first part?
And it glitched again when you said it was glitching. It glitched again when you
say it
said
again.
it's glitching.
Yeah.
I think it's still glitching.
Yeah, say the personal part again.
Oh, I'm just saying, make sure that you speak highly of yourself, just like you would speak highly of other people.
You know what? I tell my clients, if you had children and you passed by the room and heard them saying to themselves what you said to yourself, what would you do?
That hits hard.
Yeah.
Learn to forgive yourself.
Yeah.
Amen. So my personal I'm sorry, were you saying something? My personal affirmation of the week is I am worthy to walk in newness. This is my affirmation for this week because not only am I, get moving, many other things are happening, but sometimes when you start walking in things that are new, these apprehensions start coming. You can start comparing yourself. You can start wondering if you're good enough, if you have what it takes. I am worthy to walk in newness, and every newness, every new door, every new avenue, every new thing, even my new mindset, I'm worthy to have it. So my affirmation this week, before y'all I say, is I am worthy to walk in newness. That part, yeah, that was powerful. I needed that for myself.
Yeah.
That was powerful. It was delicious. It was all of that. It was all of that. All right, Mike. Okay, Whitney, Gerald, Laverne, Lufa. She say Lufa. Y'all, we got to get out of here. This was an amazing show. Did y'all enjoy yourselves? Because I did.
Thank y'all for having me, Queens.
Thank you for coming on. Thank you so much. Y'all gonna see Will again really, really soon. So stay tuned. But I love you all, so Queens, King. I love y'all. Y'all got my heart. Y'all got my heart. It was an amazing show. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Tell them what they got to do with they cry, y'all.
You better fix that thing. You better.
Gotta fix it.
You better. You gotta fix it, baby.
You gotta
fix the
fix
I'm
crown.
putting it on
that part.
backwards.
Fix your
I
crown.
was, I
Do
was doing
not
it
let it
backwards.
tilt. Do not let it fall. Do not let anybody tell you that you are not worthy of everything that God has for you. You are worthy. So this week, fix your crown, pick your heads up. We love y'all so much, and we will see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.
And